Hey guys, it's Isaac from Contender Bicycles, and here with me today I have the new Scott Solace eRIDE. The new Solace eRIDE is based off of the Scott Addict Gravel. You may have seen the Addict eRIDE before from Scott, which is their dedicated e-road bike based off their Addict RC road bike. The Solace eRIDE is based off the Addict Gravel in the terms where it's going to have much longer reach, it's going to have gravel geometry, and it's going to be perfect for long all-day rides. It's going to be perfect for somebody who maybe wants to do some longer endurance, more adventure-based rides, but they don't have as much time as they used to. Or it's going to be for somebody who wants a little bit of that motor kick on a gravel trail. Solace eRIDE, in the two versions it comes with, this right here is the Solace Road version, which comes with a 2x and 38C slick tires. The Solace Gravel version will come with a 1x drivetrain setup, and it will come with 50C knobby tires. Based off the same frame, they will have the same geometries, but besides the tire and drivetrain differences, the road version will also come with a slightly longer stem on it, and then the stem will be slightly shorter on the gravel, vice versa. The Solace eRIDE is meant to be kind of that all-day super versatile bike. It is meant to be one of the most versatile bikes in Scott's lineup, which is why they went with the TQ motor. The TQ motor featured on this bike is a mid-drive motor centered around the bottom bracket, which means swapping wheels in and out of this bike should be an ease. So perfect if you want to have a road wheel set or a gravel wheel set, you can pull those in and out depending on the ride you want to be doing. The point of this bike, as opposed to be versatile, is also one of the reasons why they went with the TQ motors, because the TQ motor is nearly dragless, meaning if you were to turn this motor off on a ride and you start pedaling forward, it's going to feel more or less like a normal bike, which is really, really awesome. As I stated before, Scott really wants this bike to be kind of for somebody who wants to do endurance and longer adventure rides and such. So being able to turn that motor off and have it still feel fairly similar to a normal bike is pretty awesome, because for somebody who might be worried about battery conservation on a longer adventure ride, that's going to be super awesome to maintain that normal bike feel. And Solace eRIDE, again, with that kind of longer ride theme, is also compatible with a range extender. The standard TQ battery we have in here supplies the bike with 360 watt-hours of range, but you can also get the additional range extender, which would take place of a bottle cage, and then you can plug it into the charge port right there, and that will supply with an additional 160 watt-hours, which is really impressive. One of the complications when designing a mid-drive motor system like on this Scott is it requires an open bottom bracket design. This means that there's no carbon underneath the bottom bracket right there like you would have on a standard bike. Instead, it's open because the motor needs to bolt in. With some very clever engineering from Scott, they were able to maintain similar stiffness numbers from the rear end of this bike as to their normal Addict Gravel, which does not have an open bottom bracket but a closed bottom bracket design. That's really, really awesome to see on a bike like this, because that definitely took some clever engineering from Scott. Along with the carbon layup of the open bottom bracket shell, they also layered up this bike and tried to make this bike look as clean as possible, really focusing on clean lines and fully internalized cabling to make this bike look as futuristic and as clean as they could. Along with the fully internalized cabling, that also does help hang bar bags, Scott has said. So you can put bar bags on there for all the long ride nutrition you may need on the very adventurous rides you may find yourself on with this bike. Along with that sense of adventure, you might run into some weather. They also have included fender bolt mounts on all of the forks and the rear chainstays of this bike, which means you can mount fenders to it. Synchros, Scott's sister company, does actually make a fender-specific kit for this bike, which can even fit up tires up to 45C in width, which is really, really cool. Along with these frame lines, up here on the top tube, we have the standard TQ motor display, which will show you your current range, battery life, and what mode you are in. It's integrated into the top tube and lies flush with it, so it looks very, very sleek, and has one button on there, and you can use that button to control through all of the modes. This bike is very, very cool, and the TQ motor supplies 50 Newton meters of torque for all the rowdy gravel you may find yourself on and any endurance rides. The Scott Solace is a really cool bike, and we're finally glad to be able to have some of these here in store. If you need questions about the Scott Solace, feel free to visit us at our website, contenderbicycles.com, or even visit us here in store in Salt Lake City or in Park City. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.